it's probably my sway bars. Yeah. Woo! What in the world, man? Placing this piece of shit. Let's see what happens. Piece of shit. Silicone use. Trying to line this shit up. Not that big of a difference, but big enough. Remove all that shit. Alright, so you're probably wondering how the fuck am I get this bitch into that thing right here, right? This is my little trick. So I shove this in here. Right? So it gets bigger. Right? I shove another one in there. God. There you go. So now it gets even more bigger. And then yeah. That's how you do it. Right? You don't have to struggle. Well, I struggle a little bit. I was struggling with this. I had to use my old stock one for it to work. That's the only way you can mount it on, right? See, there's no way you can use this shit. You gotta like cut it and shit. So the easiest thing to do is just use the stock one. Same thing for this side. So I mean, it's on. I mean, it looks pretty good, but we'll find out how it is when I put it on. I have it set all the way here to the closest to this bend right here. If you put it here, I guess it makes it more softer, but I want my shit hard, so I put it in the hardest setting. I don't know, man. Agency power isn't that good. I'm not feeling agency power right now. Like, I feel like their kits are not that great. So, time to put everything back on. So, I work like right beside Subaru, and I've been trying to buy this dipstick for like fucking 5 years, and I keep forgetting. I dipstick because I changed my my oil pan gasket. I mean my oil pan before for an SDI, and I've been using this WRX dipstick this whole time. So now I get to really see how much oil I got properly instead of guessing. The missing brackets from my rear sway bars. Agency power, I guess, like forgot to put it in the package. So I called them back and they finally shipped me the brackets and extra bushings for the sway bars, which I think is pretty cool of them to do that. And so all I have to do now is try to put it on. They got pretty good customer service though, I can tell you that, because they addressed my issue like right away.
Sent you one?
Yeah, they finally sent it to me.
So
yeah, that's the brackets that was missing. So I didn't have to pay extra for it. They just shipped it to me. Then they gave me more bushings.
better bushing?
It's the same. It's the same.
Did you put it on yet? No.
I put the front one on, but not the back.
Where this goes?
Yeah, and this will lower the sway bar so it won't hit the body. Because I tried putting it on, it wouldn't even work. So I have to. You really need the brackets. So it's pretty cool though.
And it's from
AGC Power themselves.
Yep.
Yeah, I called them up. No, I mean, like, I think the sway bars are good. I think the only issues that I'm having is the because they didn't send me this, and in the front, the bushing that they gave me, the red ones, remember that? They didn't fit. You have to cut them up for it to fit, and I didn't feel like doing that.
So is this for the front bushings too?
No, that's for the back.
This is all for rear.
Yeah, all for rear. They sent me extra ones. So I mean, it's good because
They're soft as shit. Though.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Man. They're very soft. But we'll see when I put them on. They're not gonna last too long.
No, they're not.
Yeah, because the way I'm gonna throw my car around, that's not gonna.
What's this for?
Yeah, it's gonna be like that. Yeah. But yeah, exactly. That's how it's gonna be.
And this goes for the body.
Yeah, and it makes it lower. But the sway bars, bro, they're almost hitting my rims. That's how wider it got.
God damn.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's really gonna hold the back end, but I'm afraid it might start oversteering a lot more.
Oh, it's gonna oversteer.
Yeah.
I had that issue.
Yeah, I know. My stock one. Man, look at that big ass difference, bruh. Puny rear one. Yeah. Fucking praying that bolt right here that was holding the bracket wasn't gonna break. Cause that took like literally 20 minutes for me to remove. Cause it's rusted out. God damn. Thank you, Lord. I thought I'd be fucked, man, if I break that shit. But so I finally got it put on. I was fighting with this shit, man. Look how much space I got to the fucking rim. So I'm gonna have the road test, make sure that it's not gonna hit. But it looks pretty legit. I mean, looks good. We'll see. But it was a pain in the ass to put on, though. I'll tell you that. Shit. Still gotta put all this cover back on and put the rims on. I have to remove it again because in the furthest setting, when I drop the car down, this piece is too close to the arm, so I gotta back it up a little bit. So that's one of the things you gotta do. So I guess it's probably better to put it here in the second hole in the middle. So it all depends on the sway bar link you're getting. So the sway bar links, I guess they're too thick and they're almost hitting the arm. So I have to back it up a little bit. You can see it, but that's how much clearance I got now. I don't know if you can see it though. So that's the arm. I got way more clearance than before. Before, they had much clearance. And if you look, everything's straight. And if you look at the rim and the tire is actually way further. It got farther away from the sway bar. So it's good shit, you know. All I gotta do now is drive it, see how it feels. But AGC Power is not pretty bad, man. It's just a little like harder to fucking install, man. Because they basically changed the whole like design of the whole like rear sway bar assembly. you know. But it looks cool, you know. Alright, see what happens. So I just drove the car and there's a big difference. The front didn't really make a big difference. The back really did. Like the back really got more sturdier. So when you're when I'm taking like corners, like I was taking in the back roads, you know, like when you're taking a corner, it seems to go around the corner a lot better. So that's like the biggest change that I see. So I guess if you're buying sway bars, I would definitely buy the Agency Power, the rear one. The front, that shit didn't really make a difference. So like, you know, if you're trying to save money, the rear kit that they got is actually pretty good. It's just a little harder to put on. I don't know how it is with the other like sway bar companies like White Line and all that. Of course, they're probably gonna be better because they specialize in suspension. But the Agency Power rear sway bar really make a difference though. Like I'm not complaining at all. Like it was just a little harder to put on. And when you buy one, just make sure you let them know that, hey, make sure the brackets are in there, because that's where they messed up at with mine. So they didn't send me the brackets, so I couldn't really install it right away. But the biggest change was the rear sway bar. If you have an STI, you probably don't even need to change the front. Just change your sway bar links. Just replace the back. I mean, if you want to be more stiffer on the front, I would suggest doing like the caster kits for now, and like, you know, lowering your car with like Swift springs or something like what else is good, like IBAC maybe, or freaking Tien, one of those motherfuckers. But the Swift springs are pretty good. I like them. The only problem with the Swift springs is like it's too high, because it only lowers it like 0.8. So like it doesn't look that good. So but like yeah, I mean, because I've driven my friend's STI, they handle pretty well. And I think that what you just really need is just rear sway bars on those cars, unless you're really competing like what I'm about to do. But I don't even know how it is yet until I start throwing it around on the track. So, but I don't want to talk shit about Agency Power. I really think it's you know, their products ain't that bad. The first initial impression was just bad though, because they didn't give me my brackets right away, and then the bushings on the front were some shit. Like, if I only knew that, I would have just bought like Godspeed or some shit and got something cheaper, you know. But it is what it is, and you know. So if you're buying front sway bars, if you want a bigger difference, just get White Line. Something more of a, like, they have more like what do you say this shit? Like they have more experience with like suspension, you know. I just went cheap because I just want to get it done and get it over with. So I experimented on my car, but the outcome isn't really that bad. I mean, it's still a pretty good outcome. It handles so much fucking better now. Like, it actually started giving me I started getting weirded out because I was just taking corners like it was nothing. So it's just like, wow, you know, I haven't really pushed it all the way because I'm like kind of scared because I don't know the car yet, like after doing all this work to it. So I gotta really drive it, you know, and like kind of like figure the car out again, because the handling totally changed after doing all my suspension work. And you know, so yeah, that's really about it. All right.